than you, which is that's pretty great. It's neat. It's different.
Yeah.
So
I like it. I like it too. And I like all you people hanging out with us right now
so
on
good.
actual play. Scum Villainy, Stardancer. This thing we're doing.
This thing.
Episode 11.
Part 3.
Whoa.
We're here. Rocket.
All right, cool. So I believe most of the downtimes were handled, or at least all of the free downtimes that.
I think we're
after a job.
getting into buying some extra ones right now.
All right,
Yeah.
do folks want to buy some extra downtimes?
Yeah.
Money.
Spend all that money. Faye's gonna be really responsible and spend the cruise money
Okay.
to like go out and get some like artifact handling gloves. Like clearly people deal with artifacts all the time. Not all the time, but like there are ways in which people handle artifacts. And Faye's gonna be like, artifact, give me your crap. Like this artifact, it talks to her, it haunts her. And now that she's having all these nightmares, she's like, no more. You like I'm gonna, and so she's got like some expensive like scanning equipment, and she's like trying to crack the code on this thing, so that it can't get into her head, and using current technology to try and understand technology.
Cool.
That's Faye, because she's pissed off at like space, the way flu that she's got.
Yes.
And I don't know if this thing's like come in contact with anything, and like hopefully I don't shatter it into a million pieces, but she's not exactly gentle with it. She's like, box, get in there.
Good news.
Stop haunting me.
Most artifacts are actually pretty sturdy, and as you mentioned, as far as you can tell, some of those boxes are made of space-time itself.
Great.
Great.
So when it's like in a clamp and she's like prodding it with something, it's probably not going to hurt it. But
At worst, it pops open.
oh, great. And then
bad.
a black hole opens in the side the Stardancer.
And suddenly we go from space opera to Event Horizon.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I think I'm studying. I mean, that's how I envision this.
that sounds
So
fine.
I'm using
Cool.
practical methods. Let's pull that up, and let's do here. And I'm pretty sure I'm getting closer. Well, I'm always getting closer, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting close to actually finishing this darn clock that I've been working on since the beginning. No, I'm only at 5 ticks. Oh, I swear.
It's
Okay.
a long haul.
It is. It is. And I don't think I have anyone to help. No.
I have an idea.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm listening.
You do have a mystic on your ship.
That's a good point. It's not exactly my like avenue I was going, but he might still be able to like help me. Like
If you
the
get
blowtorch
frustrated-
isn't gonna help Faye. That sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Like if you push it, and we can say maybe like the dice will speak, and you can roll however you want. But it is possible that if you get frustrated trying to just science your way into the box, maybe he has a few kind words and a drink and a gentle like nudge here and there on how artifacts are usually handled.
Yeah.
That he might be able to bring to bear with you here.
Well, I mean, to a degree, like we're trying to do sort of similar things. He's like trying to purify the ship of space sickness. I'm trying to get this thing from haunting my like brain. It's like artifacts are having deleterious effects on us, and we're both trying to do it. Except for he's probably just doing it the right way, and I'm just doing it the Faye. Like
He's doing it the Boyan way. You're doing it the Fey way. His may be more effective because he has more dice in it. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, can I? Boyan isn't a
friend.
A friend, but if there's a devil's bargain that you can imagine that involves him getting connected to this box or anything like that, I would be open to it.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. He can totally help you, but the downside is that the box will recognize him as another user. I don't know how jealous you are of your box.
Ooh. I'm haunted by it. Yeah, I'm annoyed at it right now. I'm okay with that. Like, I think I might regret this decision later. But if I was obsessed, I would say no. But I am haunted, so I'm going to say yes.
Cool.
All right, I'm doing it. I'm gonna study the box. I'm gonna study the box. I'm gonna get it out of my head.
Secrets.
I'm gonna roll this like fortune roll because that's what they're supposed to be. Even though
That's fine.
study the box with a hammer. And only 3 dice, 2 normally, 1 for the Devil's Forehead.
Hey.
Nice.
All right,
thanks.
2 segments. Good
2
job. You
segments.
brought Boyan along, or you've gotten just 1.
Yep. All right.
So you
That
have
takes-
another option here. You could spend a cred and just call it a day, or you can wait till the next downtime and you'll get it no matter what you roll.
Well, considering that the Stardancer has exactly 1 cred left in the communal pool, I'm not going to spend all our monies.
All right,
I'll
that sounds
leave
fine.
it for another day.
Thank you,
it's-
Faye.
If it's fair to say, I do, because I'm getting closer to understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a moment where like I touch it and my eyes don't instantly go black, and they like take a second, and then the blackness kind of like spreads out. Where instead of it's like I'm fighting it off for a little bit before it
Cool.
totally like fills my and I think that I'm, even when it does do that, I'm more like cognizant of the world around, and I'm like trying on some like visors that like might block the vision. They're not working yet, but I think Faye's becoming more into trying to like be able to attune to it and still be independent.
So can I give you a little bit of insight?
Yeah, absolutely.
You realize that the small box is connected with the large boxes.
Yeah.
And they're also connected with something even larger than all of them. They're pieces of something much bigger.
Cool.
You're gonna need a big warehouse.
Yeah, this is having a bigger ship.
Not really. Yeah. So as you're attuning to this, as you're filtering stuff and focusing on stuff and trying to learn about it and so on and so forth, and kind of mastering it, you're among the same way that you sometimes see paths on the box. You're starting to see connections between the boxes themselves, which should distress you because you're beginning to comprehend that there might be something equivalent to hyperspace lanes connected between the boxes themselves. And all of them are connected to something that's not near you, but somewhere else in space.
Sure.
Anyway, good job.
Yeah.
You learned a little bit about that stuff.
Nice.
Josh, you're the worst.
I love it. It's great. It's great. When like she finally gives up and leaves and throws all her tools on the ground. And when she walks out of the room, there's like a drawing, and it's got these various boxes, and it's got like a line going through one and weaving into another that she's been like sketching as she's trying to understand them.
So cool.
And then, like as she storms out, do we see Boyan, who has like formerly been very careful about this, kind of reach out and touch the box, and then we see like his eyes go black, and then Starfield, or no?
Well, sort of. I think that we see him sort of like going around the ship, right? So he's like placing like little statuettes and like little arcane trinkets around the area, and he's like burning some like weird like sea plants seaweed and other like sea plants and stuff like that, and like speaking prayers. But occasionally when he's attuning to the way, and it's obvious that he's not doing this in a different way, like he's attuning to the way to try and cleanse the ship and protect the ship and things like that. By the way, somehow Burden is sneezing. But we notice that when Boyan attunes to the way, the Starfield is inside his fishy eyes.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool. Anybody else want to spend coins?
Yeah. All right. So, I guess another box and another drawing in some regards. So I'm imagining like looking at the box as Faye has walked off her big starry box and panning down to this like scribbly drawing of box highways. which then cuts to a picture of like a kid's drawing of Boz and Barhazuk tacked up on some.
Yeah, are you holding hands?
Totally, of course.
Barhazuk has like a hand, a free handful of like
Bird.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Fruitses.
Yeah. And then from that we pan back into the ship to a kind of a clatter of tools sitting around the little bitty box and the little quadcopter. So back to another different cube.
Awesome.
And this time Boz looks a lot more comfortable, maybe, in taking to heart what Barhazuk said about gardening. Is going to use the way sort of help. I forgot the name of our new friend.
Daya. Or Dayu.
Dayu?
Mm-hmm.
Is going to sort of spend some time thinking about Dayu as a plant that needs help sprouting and finding the ways and in this little new house that Boz really hopes is the right kind of house. So, yeah, spend some time thinking about that and nice gardening thoughts.
Cool. So how are you growing Dayu here? Are you trying to attune it? Are you trying to All right, cool.
I think this is an attune roll.
Go ahead. Same rules apply as before. You get a +1d because you have a mentor and you've been kind of working on this project.
Great. There we go.
Nice.
3 segments.
I think that does it. Fills it up.
Cool. So you folks have a tiny little quadcopter flying around the ship arbitrarily every once in a while. Like it zooms in when you're having lunch. It'll land on Barhazuk's shoulder. It's yeah, it's gonna interact with you initially somewhat passively. Like you see you like meditating on it, and then like when you're done, maybe you go to bed and all the lights are out in the workshop, and then you see like the little core sprout some of those like little filaments, right? Cool. But yeah, over the course of the next day or two, this quadcopter will start activating itself and moving around. And initially it doesn't even speak. After a while, it's going to start speaking in like tweets and toots, and you'll have to attune to it to understand it. But yeah.
Cool. Cool. I will make a point to introduce Burden so the Burden does not eat it.
Actually, oddly enough, it seems that the quadcopter gets perverse pleasure from having Burden chase it. So the two of them are they're doing patter of giant Icelandic pony dog feet, and the buzzing of a quadcopter is a slightly more common sound. Like every once in a while, you'll see like Faye piloting, and the two of them will go running through the background.
So good.
This is the problem, is that when you get an animal companion, you have to get them another companion to like
keep them entertained.
Awesome. Superb.
So as a point of note, Boyan, after folks are done with all their projects and everything, he's like, so your speaker has not returned to the ship. Should we be concerned?
Yeah.
Been the better part of a week.
Where's Faye? They're not arguing?
No, Miss. What's Faye's last name?
No.
The pretend one is what?
Miss Null has been on the ship several times. As a matter of fact, she is not arbitrarily gone at all. That's only a speaker that I have not seen.
I think by this point, though, also Carrie.
The doctor?
Yeah, because Faye is definitely stuck Carrie off at this point.
Should I be worried? He says, and he's got like weapons and stuff on him.
Looks like you've already made up your mind. Maybe. Yes.
I'm being cautious.
Good tools are important.
Should we go hunting for them?
I don't know very much yet. I think at this point, Boz will do the most practical, boring thing, which is communicator. Boop, boop, boop. For the one that I assume is on Lauren's person, right? Which might not be there. And I assume it goes to the version of nothing happens.
It could very well be like buzzing in some corner, like
I think
dunk in a martini glass.
Yeah, I think you do that, and it's this like opulent scene with people laying all over, and there's like cigarette butts all over the floor of basically like a deluxe hotel room.
Yeah.
And everyone's asleep, and it's daytime, and the shades are drawn down. And like the communicator rings or vibrates or whatever it does, and like I think Lauren kind of like brushes at it and knocks it off a table, and it like falls and the battery pops out.
Nice.
And he goes back to sleep.
Perfect.
He hits snooze.
Yeah.
What do the rest of you do?
Is Faye? You were asking if Faye was there, so I think Faye walks in kind of at some point in the middle of this conversation is like,
Have the two of you been arguing?
Not
recently
any more than usual. No, you haven't seen him. Is he still at home?
No.
Well, let's go find him. I'm sure we could just ask around and be like, hey, have you seen Loren? He's kind of a dick.
Is he with his, and he like glances towards the direction of where Guns' wife?
Oh no. Hey Boz, I let Carrie go.
Didn't Carrie want to go home?
What?
Didn't Carrie want to go home?
Yeah.
Aren't we running over there?
No, we have to go get this thing for Victor. We have to go on another job.
Don't we have to? Okay, ready? Here. Thing one. Don't we have to drop something off that Lauren grabbed when you got your latest prize? Don't we need to drop that off? Barhozok's like, come on.
Yeah. I don't know where. Actually, hold on. Shrosh, where do we need to deliver this thing to?
Different system entirely. So you've got two options.
Cool.
The easiest of which may be to just have Barhozok buy passage off world. Or you could take him.
Okay. Right. But it's not back where Carrie lived.
Also, the thing is
safer.
What?
Yeah.
The second option will certainly be safer. It's up to you.
To send Barhozok on his own. Well, here's the thing is that what was important is that we get this object so someone else can't get it. And so it's not super imperative that we deliver it right away. However, the longer we wait, I assume the closer in tow the what's his face is going to be.
Yeah.
But
in response, I just say, we might have to deliver it, but not to Carrie's home. So she needs to get home and can't keep waiting for. Anyway, I didn't feel good about being a kidnapper.
Refreshing. Right.
So
Boyan looks a little tense and then glances in the direction of Guns and then glances back at you.
Sometimes people break up, Boyan.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need time apart.
Let's go find Loren, and maybe we'll come back with a story as to why Carrie left him for being kind of a dick. I mean, gone.
I think somebody's mic is like really close to their mouth or nose because I'm hearing breathing. I don't know. Oh, you're good. All right, cool.
Maybe
it might be mine. I don't know. Okay, great.
I think everyone's good now. All right, let's continue.
I think Andy, if you're up for it, I think we should go. I think it would be fun to have actually, I don't want Faye to be really mad at Loren right now. I want her to be mad when she finds him. So she's like, let's go find Loren and see what's going on. Maybe he's in trouble. He's been gone for long, even for himself.
All right. So I think you folks pack up your gear, get ready to walk into town. I think that you have Boyan basically looks at Guns and says, "Watch the ship," and then he looks at him and kind of makes growly noises at him, and then all of you stalk off the boat.
Nice.
It's not going to be impossible to find Loren in not too in fairly short order. I mean, Loren's been making it rain, so you can certainly pick up the trail without too much difficulty, I imagine.
Yeah. I'd like to just find him in that same room that Jory described and like,
Totally.
you know, open up the door and see all the people like lounging around half naked and passed out.
Yeah, and I think like you open the door and the sun comes in and people kind of are like, oh, and you know, why is this happening? Including Lauren, who I think is like very entangled with Chasley still.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have this imagining that like Faye and Boz and Boyan are all very like concerned and serious and have weapons.
Right, like we busted in like thinking like Loren was gonna be like tied to a chair and then we're gonna break him out of something.
I think you like bust the door in, light comes in, everyone kind of starts moving around. Lauren is like shirtless, Chasley's on his chest, and he kind of is like, and then like as his eyes adjust, he's like, oh, hey guys. You want a drink?
Boyan helps himself
and holds out a bottle of whatever it is. Yeah, Boyan.
I'm not going to say, where have you been? Because I'm not the kind of person who says to someone, where have you been? But where have you been? And she like knocks some crap over.
Well, obviously right here.
And Lauren kind of like looks around. He's like, yeah, I've been here. What's your problem? What's going on? Do we need to leave? Did you get us into trouble?
For once, no. It's actually funny because as a player, I thought about using my I know a guy move to get a job, and I did not do it. Because I was like, we don't need another job right now.
Uh-huh.
So
why are you guys so mad? Why do you have so many weapons? What's going on? And like people are like kind of putting on clothes and being like, oh, what's happening? And some of them are like sneaking past you to leave and all of this. Like the people I'm with have no interest in being involved in this conversation.
Yeah.
Sure. I get this imagining that at least Boz looks like a burly, mean person in this like soft space, right? And I don't know about Faye, but
yeah, she's certainly annoyed, but she's
Faye's
not.
energy is harshing our vibe.
Yeah.
Sure.
Faye is like, you've been gone for a week. We've got business to do. We got business to tend to. Oh, and your wife left you. I think because she thought you were cheating on her.
And Lauren kind of squints and is like, a week? What are you talking about? We just landed here yesterday.
Your calendar's a little off.
You're a little off.
Oh.
What? And he like, you know, extricates himself from the other people, finds a shirt, puts it on, finds his like info pad and looks at it and realizes how long it's been. And he's like, oh, fuck. My wife left? Who?
Yeah, Carrie's gone.
Oh, Carrie. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, don't act so upset.
Why? Okay. Do we need to leave, don't we? It's been a week. Let's go. And so he like walks around and walks over people and things in this room, and like picks up like a bag of drugs and maybe his jacket or a new jacket that he bought.
A new jacket, nice.
Yeah, it's a new nice leather jacket.
Nice.
And
are you able to find both of your shoes?
I think they're not his shoes. I think I walked out wearing Chasley's shoes, probably.
Yeah.
And Chasley is like kind of vaguely waking up as I'm bustling around getting everything together. And as we're leaving, he kind of is like, where are you going? And Loren goes down to him, like gives him a kiss on the cheek, and he's like, a pleasure as always, Chadley. We'll be in touch. Thanks for everything. And then like walks out, which you all witness.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I don't like, how aware of Loren's vices are you guys?
I don't think we've seen it really firsthand. I think
Yeah.
they kind of knew that you live the high life and sort of assumed that that came with certain indulgences, but I don't think she's like seen it up close and personal before. So I'm gonna say not too much, for at least for Faye. She had made some assumptions, and these are not those. She wasn't going directly to orgy.
Great. So yeah, I'm ready to walk out with you guys.
I imagine like Boz at least will like kind of like make way so you can walk out the door, right? And assuming you take Boz up on that, we'll sort of like pat you on the shoulder. You're right. Great.
Lauren?
Yeah.
Boz, yeah. So yeah, Boz asks Loren if Loren's all right, and he's like, yeah. Like,
Great.
This is fine.
I'm mad at you. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And I think we should cut it, but I have one tiny scene that I would love to add if I can. It's a very brief montage. I assume these nightmares don't go away immediately.
Yeah.
We keep having them. Like
yeah, what does it look like?
Good.
What's that?
Boyan does the cleansing of the ship, and at that point the extra scary nightmares go away, and because you have your stash of drugs, your regular nightmares are somewhat diminished as well. I am happy for you to have a nightmare though.
I mostly want a nightmare to punish Loren, because when Loren hears Faye screaming and yelling and he goes to her the next time, her door is locked.
Oh.
Ouch.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
All right. And I think on that wonderful, depressing note, we'll call it there for the
Gorgeous.
yay.
So
I
good.
think also like the door is locked, and then we see inside, and we see Faye hear the knocking on the door and then take the drug, and that's the end.
Yeah. That's really good.
All right.
Cool.
Shall we do XPs?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cat.
Do
Yeah.
XPs.
Cat.
I know, he's a good cat.
It's a kitty cat.
There was so many versions of Lovely across the board.
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay.
All right. Boz, I have your sheet up. Do you want to go?
Sure. What does that say? Hello.
I think
Hello.
it's that you made the last roll. That's what it says.
Oh, sweet. Let's see. No desperate actions. You address a tough challenge with force or threats. I don't think Boz really threatened anybody this time through. I mean,
yeah, I mean, when you went to the Cobalt Syndicate, you were trying to like help them, but you weren't doing like the like whip them into shape business.
right. And there's only the implication of Boz's threat while you very, like, I had an imagining, like, as Faye is doing the talking, selling all of this lovely precursor loot, like Boz is just standing at your shoulder.
Yeah.
Right. But like, and there's, I think, even the implication of threat showing up at Lauren's hotel room isn't really
Right. It wasn't
just feeling out of place.
Well, it wasn't a tough challenge, right? It wasn't right. Like there's definitely times when Boz was threatening, but that threat didn't address a tough challenge.
Sure. Great. So I think we can pass right on over. So you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I feel like we saw some of that.
I think you did a lot of that. We saw you
Yeah.
investing all your time and energy into getting Dayu a home, which we know has been a big focus for
Grievance.
Boz ever since she disconnected
I,
the core.
yeah.
And then we saw you go hang out with your peoples, your family,
Mm-hmm.
the Cobalt Syndicate.
Mhm.
We kind of saw how you handle problems on the ship.
How so?
Well, like Boyan came to you and basically said there is an issue, and then you activated, organized everything, went through all the motions, and then
Mhm.
eventually, basically, like after everything was handled, you told Lauren that you were angry at her.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have a lot of cat, so
You got so much cat.
It's a good problem.
That was a really good shot. That was really the
Wonderful.
cat completely obfuscating the view. It was good.
Mhm. No, that is a very good point. And I think Boz does that over and over again where we see to the business at hand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you stick to for that for sure.
Great. And then you struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
there's definitely some cold. How everybody else is cuddling and you're sitting by the door observing. At least I got that vibe.
Close, but not too close.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
one, like Boz wasn't super mean spirited, all said. Like, no, way too busy trying to put Dayu
Yeah.
together, really. So 3?
Sounds good.
Mhm.
All right. As long as we all feel warm and fuzzy about that.
I
Awesome.
Mhm.
Who's up? Who's up?
do. I've got my sheet up next, so I'll do it.
Great.
I did not have a desperate action. To just address a tough challenge of charm or audacity. Didn't have a lot of tough challenges.
I feel like you were very audacious in going to Carrie and the
Yes.
conversation you
Yes.
with here. I don't know if that's like a tough challenge, but you have a tough relationship with her to navigate. So I'd give you one for that.
Was the thing I was trying to do was learn about Loren and improve my relationship with Carrie, and I did it by being really honest with her and setting her free. Yeah, sure, I will take that. Yeah, I wasn't originally thinking that, but I see. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and the great part, golly, and you're like, oh, by the way, Boz did the thing. Boz like,
Yeah, I figured I wasn't going to get in too much trouble telling Boz I set a prisoner, like I set somebody that we had been unlawfully detaining free. So I was afraid I was not going to get a lot of stuff. I'm not going to take an XP for that one. That one I knew was easy.
I will say that there was a fair amount of charm involved in your interactions in acquiring drugs from your ex-captain.
mm-hmm.
That's true.
Totally. Yeah.
That's true. Rin and
I mean,
Rin and
Phantom.
Fake. What's that?
I said Sean Connery. I meant Phantom.
Phantom. Such a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just came to me. I was like, Phantom. There we go. That's like the good. That's like the good alias that people want, not the cruddy ones like Breaks. Yeah. All right. I like that. I'll take it. I enjoyed having Rin in the scene, having him show up. Express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Yeah, I think we saw where we got to see a little bit of, we saw her mentor and the person who got her into business. In the case of Rin, and also I think, I don't know, I've been trying to be super obvious about it, but like Faye wants a serious relationship with Lauren, and at every turn he disappoints her, and so she keeps trying to figure out a way to make it work, and like asking Carrie, and she has this drive to forge a relationship with him that is not going to disappoint her, and it's not worked out yet, but it's something she keeps working on. And also this damn box.
So close. You'll figure out exactly what it is probably next session.
I'm sure. So
exciting.
Take two of those.
Just in time for everybody to catch up to you, which will be interesting.
Yeah. You You struggled with your vice or traumas during the session. That actually came up a fair amount.
Yep.
Yeah.
I struggle with my addiction, for sure, and I also struggle with being haunted by the
Yeah,
box.
big time.
So I'm taking those. All right, cool. Yeah. Let's do Loren.
Great.
Yeah,
So
like
I
it.
had no desperate actions.
It's downtime.
I addressed a tough challenge with deception or influence. I definitely used my influence on Chasley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Um,
chazzle.
Chazzle, razzle, dazzle. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know that I lied to anyone. I don't think I did. So I think that's
Whoa.
just one.
Deception or
Right.
influence. Well, you can get influence multiple times, so you don't
Mhm.
need to get each of them. The other thing that you did was you made and you got information and you indulged your vice.
You definitely get an XP for your vice causing you problems.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah. So
Uh,
deception or influence, I think, is just one XP. So
Okay.
Mhm.
next is I express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I think that came up in a lot of ways, like
Yep.
my connection with Chasley or history with the HNN and him being an informant for me,
Mhm.
and also my desire to get the crew together and stay close.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
sure.
take 2
Yep,
on
definitely.
that one.
That's a 2.
And then I struggled with issues from my vice or traumas during the session. I think both of those things came up a bit. Obviously, I overindulged my vice and went on a bender and
good.
Yep.
Free XP.
So good.
And then I think the trauma soft also came up. I think like me running blindly into Faye's room when she's screaming and like
Yeah.
anything could have been happening, but Lauren was
Yep.
like, "Oh, gotta
Well,
be,
and Lauren
together."
showing Faye affection one moment and then paying her no heed the other really messes with her. So every
Mhm.
time Lauren is like sweet and kind, it just twists the knife a little bit more to when he like goes off and goes on these benders or whatnot and is careless or comes back with another ex-girlfriend. So like their relationship is pretty toxic at the moment, in part because she can't get a read on him. She like one moment he's really sweet and nice to her, and the next moment he seems like he doesn't give a shit.
I'm such an asshole.
Lauren is a jerk.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So
Aw.
to me, the struggle was certainly inter-party, if not in other ways.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Some mixed
So yeah,
messages.
that's 5.
Cool. Love it.
Shall we do the ship?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Stardancer. All right. Execute a successful transport or smuggling operation. No. Containment challenges above your current station. You did work with a Legion 51 dude and get him to give you fake information. I think Legion 51 is definitely above our station, unless he doesn't count as being part of it because he's your friend or informant. But I don't know.
What do you think, Strash?
XP is the player's choice.
Yeah, but we all get to take
Do you
part in the
feel that you
conversation.
contended with a faction above, like a challenge above your station?
I almost feel like the way flu that we had to deal with was kind of above our station.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like
That sounds
the
okay.
way-
Also, you're preparing to deal with a challenge above your station, right? Like the next job is definitely going to deal with.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just was thinking that it wasn't like you couldn't just go to this dude and be like, "Hey, hook me up." Like you actually needed to have something of value for
Several.
him to help out. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's above your station; just means that it was expensive. But yeah, I think the wave flu makes total sense. We had no idea what to do with that. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, crap. We've got the bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. People we talked to about our activity. I mean, we did go around Nightfall and be like, we got all this stuff. So I think it would make. Well,
So
let's see,
what are your reputations?
our reputations are
okay.
ambitious, loyal, badass, and defiant.
I feel like
Vicious.
going into Dendara and out would definitely support badass, in my opinion. How do you
Yeah.
feel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I
Makes
completely agree. And also just people being, I imagine we're selling these things to people and they're like, you did what? Like,
Right.
ha? Okay, cool. Wow. Impressed.
Yeah.
So
Liar.
badass. I'm for
But
it.
since that was sort of a minor, like that's just how we got payout. I feel like that's just worth one to me. Like we each had a little bit of a scene, but
Sure,
Unless
and we also tried to downplay it, right?
right.
Like as a
Yeah,
a
one
thing.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then express the goals, drives, or inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. I mean, the juxtaposition of the game starting with us all being like cuddle and love, and ending with like you're not wanted here and you're locked in my door was, I think, pretty beautiful in terms of the juxtaposition there, and seeing us close and then
Yeah.
seeing us very far apart.
Sure.
So.
So good.
Also, little things like we all pretty much agreed that we don't kidnap people, at least not for extended periods of time. Short-term kidnapping for their own good is maybe okay, but long-term is not.
Not right. Sure.
And
we chose to go find Lauren. Like,
yeah,
we
didn't.
could have just been. We could have just been like, he'll come back. Whatever. Not our problem.
Yeah.
We all had breakfast
Cool.
together.
So I'm taking 2 for that. So that's a total of 4 XP for the crew.
Great.
And that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
All right. With that, we're done with episode 11 of Stardancer. We'll see folks in 2 weeks for episode 12, the Legion 51 heist.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be totally
fine.
Totally fine.
All right. Thank you for hanging with us all.
My goodness. Good
Right.
stuff. Good
Night,
night,
all.
everyone.